Hello yogis, and welcome to this wrist-free yoga flow. So a short vinyasa flow with no chaturangas, no downward dogs. A great flow if you want to give your wrists a bit of a rest. So just rooting down evenly through both feet, lifting up through the crown of the head, bringing your attention to your breathing. Take a breath in, lift the left arm up, reach over to the right side for a side stretch. Inhale, lift. Reach the right arm up and reach over towards the left. Lift up back to the center, sweep both arms up and over the head. Take hold of the hands and twist to the left. Inhale, center. Breathe out, twist to the right. Come back to the center, clasping both hands behind the back, roll the shoulders back, open the heart. Take the head back if that feels okay for the neck. From here, coming into a forward fold. And just release here, so hold opposite elbows, let the head hang loose, maybe sway a little from side to side. Take the left hand down onto the fingertips, open out through the right side, bend into that left knee. Take the right hand down, bend into that right knee and lift the left arm up. Take both hands down and gently roll up to standing, stacking the spine, vertebrae on top of vertebrae. From here, you're going to step your left foot back, turning both toes out, coming down into goddess pose. So tucking the pelvis, root down through both feet. Straightening your front leg, coming down into triangle pose. So roll your top hip open, and you can either take your hand down to the floor, the inside of the ankle, or your shin. Just keep rolling that top hip open. Breathe in, lift up. Now align your hips to the front edge of the mat. Take hold of opposite elbows behind the back. Inhale, open. Breathe out, folding forwards. Keep pulling that right hip back. Nice deep hamstring stretch. Root down through both feet to lift back up, and then step both feet to the top of the mat. Stepping your right foot back behind you, open out, goddess pose on the other side. Again, tuck the pelvis, nice even pressure down through both feet. Turn to face the top of your mat, open out into your triangle pose. Keep rolling that top hip open. Imagine you're in between two panes of glass, so you want your shoulders and hips stacked on top of each other. Breathe in, lift up to standing and align your hips to the front edge of the mat. Take hold of opposite elbows, breathe in, open the chest, exhale, folding forwards. Release from that hip crease. And keep your gaze towards the big toe. That will help keep the length along the spine. Lifting back up to standing, stepping both feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, sink down into chair pose. Lifting up the right leg, step it to the back of the mat. Opening the chest, so as if you're scraping the elbows down the back wall. Inhale, lift, exhale, open. Inhale, lift, exhale, open. Inhale, lift, bring the hands into prayer, take them to the center of the chest, step the back foot in, bring the weight into that front leg as you lift off into warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. Soften into that standing leg, pull the knee in towards the chest, and then take that foot to the inside of the thigh for tree pose. So really firm up that standing leg. You can take it to the thigh, the calf or the ankle, just not on the knee. If you're feeling nice and balanced, maybe lifting the arms up over the head. Bringing them back down to the heart center and releasing that foot down. Come back to your chair pose, sweep the arms up. Again, even pressure through both feet. Pick up that left foot, step it to the back of your mat. Again, opening through the chest, roll the shoulders down. Breathe in as you sweep the arms up. Exhale as you open. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Again, inhale, lift. Bringing the hands into prayer. Take that prayer to the heart and lift up into your warrior 3. So if your balance is off, you can always keep that back toe on the ground, just keeping the weight in that standing leg. Breathe in, pull that knee into the chest, and then take the foot to the inside of your thigh for your tree pose. So really root down through that standing leg, fix your gaze on one point, and take any arm variation that feels good for you. Soften the gaze, bring the hands back to the heart, and release the foot down. Stepping back with your left foot, coming into warrior two. So turn those back toes in a little. Nice deep bend into that front knee. Reach forwards, flip the palm and reverse your warrior. So still keep that nice deep bend in the front knee. Coming over to side angle. So release that arm onto your thigh. Sweep that back arm up and over the head. So you're creating a diagonal from that top hand all the way down to the outside of that back foot. And maybe moving deeper by taking that hand down to the inside of your foot or onto a block. Lift back up warrior two and step both feet together at the top of the mat. Step the right foot back behind you, warrior two on the other side. Pull in through your belly, tucking the pelvis, nice even pressure through both feet. Coming back into your reverse warrior. And then inhale as you release that arm onto the thigh, take that back arm straight up. You can always stay here or maybe sweep that arm over the head. And if your hips are feeling open, taking that hand down to the inside of the foot. Just making sure you're not rolling forwards in that top shoulder. Lift back up to your warrior two and step both feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, sweep both arms up and over the head and breathe out, forward fold. Lift up halfway. From here, gently take the hands down so you can come onto the fingertips, balance yourself here and step the left foot back. Release the knee down, untuck the toes and lift up to a low lunge. So sinking into that hip, clasping the hands behind the back, roll the shoulders back, open the heart. Bringing the hands into prayer, coming into a twist. So take that left elbow to the outside of the right knee. As you breathe in, lengthen along the spine. Exhale, move deeper into the twist. And you've always got the option here to tuck the toes and pick up that back knee if that feels good for you. Bringing both knees back in line with each other. Step your left foot to the top of the mat. Low lunge. Clasping the hands behind the back, roll the shoulders open, sinking into your hip stretch here, opening the chest. Only take the head back if it feels okay for the neck. Bring the hands into prayer, moving into your twist. Take the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Again, the option to pick that back knee up. Releasing back down. And coming into your child's pose of stepping the feet together, releasing down. Just taking a few breaths here. Child's pose is a lovely pose just to come back to your breath. So sit back on your sit bones and sweep the legs round to the front of your mat. Bring the knees into the chest and take the arms either side of the legs for half boat pose, Navasana. Nice strong core, take the feet down onto the ground and as if you're holding onto two ropes, slowly roll down onto your back, so really using your core. Step the feet in towards the body and just pause here for a moment with the lower back on the ground. Bring the heels in nice and close, hip distance apart, lifting up to your bridge, so lifting the tailbone, lower back, mid back. You can keep the arms either side of the body. If it feels okay for the wrists and you want to move deeper, you can clasp the hands and lift up onto the shoulders for a deeper back bend. Release the arms and slowly roll back down onto your back. Drop the knees in together. One hand on the heart, one hand onto the lower belly. And just coming back to your breath here for a moment. Realign the feet, take the hands either side. And lifting up one more time to our bridge, so tailbone, lower back, mid back, again with that option to clasp the hands underneath you. If that doesn't feel good for the wrists, just take the arms either side of the body. Rooting down through both feet. Keeping a slight gap between the chin and the chest and rolling back down onto your back. Hug the knees into the chest and just roll from side to side, just releasing the back. Take the arms out to a T and lower both knees over to the right side. Looking across to that left hand just to keep that shoulder on the ground. If that doesn't feel good for the neck, keep the head neutral. But really focus on pressing both shoulders down into the mat rather than trying to get your knees on the ground. You want to make sure you're twisting from the thoracic spine rather than the lower back. Inhale, knees back to the center, and breathe out, lower them over to the left. Look across that right hand if that feels okay in the neck. And inhale, knees to center, feet down on the ground. Take your right foot across your left thigh and bring that left thigh in towards the body for a nice hip stretch. If you want to go deeper, you can take the hands onto the front of your shin or just keep them on the thigh. Gently pressing that right knee away, releasing the feet down. Take your left foot across your right thigh. Take hold of the thigh, bring it into the body, or take your hands onto your shin. Just checking in with the knee, only going as far as feels good for you. And release both feet down from here. Stretch out into your final pose, your resting pose, Savasana. Taking the arms out nice and wide, palms facing up. Softly close the eyes. With each breath out, just allow the body to feel heavier and heavier on the ground. Let the ground take the full weight of the body. And just release here for some time. Just beginning to take some deeper breaths into the body, wriggling the fingers, the toes, taking any stretch that feels good for you here, maybe lifting the arms up and over the head. Bring the knees into the chest and gently roll over to the right side. Pause there for a moment and gently lifting yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Bring the hands into prayer. Take a moment to thank yourselves for your practice and come and join me again for another short burst of yoga. Namaste.